Welcome back to Newsmax TV's coverage of the Republican National Convention. I'm J.D. Hayworth, and we invite you to call us at 1-877-NEWSMAX. That's 1-877-639-7629, because here we don't have to just listen to those running for office talking from a podium. We like to hear from you. Joining me from Newsmax Washington, my old pal and congressional colleague, Michael Patrick Flanagan, the gentleman from Illinois, now the president of Flanagan Consulting. And Mike, we're going to do something here just in case people are joining us late. The big story for Republicans, although I don't know if the dominant media culture will play it this way, was the Pence acceptance speech. So let's listen to a portion of the governor from Indiana, now officially the Republican nominee for vice president.
As the proud father of a United States Marine, let me say from my heart, anyone who said that, anyone who did that, should be disqualified from ever serving as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the United States of America. Seven and a half years of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton's policies have weakened America's place in the world. Terrorist attacks at home and abroad, grim and heartbreaking scenes from France just a few short days ago, and the attempted coup in Turkey all attest to a world spinning apart. History teaches us that weakness arouses evil. Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama's foreign policy of leading from behind, moving red lines, feigning resets with Russia, and the rise, rule, and reign of ISIS are a testament to this truth of history. We cannot have 4 more years apologizing to our enemies and abandoning our friends. America needs to be strong for the world to be safe, and on the world stage, Donald Trump will lead from strength. Donald Trump will rebuild our military and stand with our allies. Donald Trump will confront radical Islamic terrorism at its source and destroy the enemies of our freedom. And if the world knows nothing else, it will know this: America stands with Israel. You know, if you looked at the calendar this morning, you might have noticed the presidency of Barack Obama ends exactly 6 months from today.
Mike Pence getting quite a reaction from the convention floor tonight in Cleveland, accepting the vice presidential nomination. Let me clear up something in context where we began the recording. Governor Pence was reacting to the comment of Hillary Clinton before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee when she said, "What difference at this point does it make?" And that is why Governor Pence was prefacing the fact that as the father of a Marine, such a comment totally disqualifies Mrs. Clinton, in his opinion, from becoming our commander-in-chief. You saw briefly on the screen my good friend Michael Patrick Flanagan, my former congressional colleague, joining me from Newsmax Washington. And we invite you to join us via telephone at 1-877-NEWSMAX. That's 1-877-639-7629. And let's go out to Oregon, where it's about 5 minutes till 9 Pacific time. Vicki is on the line. Hi, Vicki.
Hi, how are you?
Doing fine, thank you.
I just wanted to say I am so disappointed in Ted Cruz. I couldn't believe that he didn't endorse Trump why bother if you're going to be there?
It was more than passing curious, Vicki. And let me just ask you, prior to this, were you a Cruz supporter or have you been all in for Trump from the get-go on this?
But I was for Trump.
And that's okay. It doesn't invalidate it because it just, again, Mike Flanagan, it was shocking to see a guy who, he's nobody's done. Princeton, national champion debater at Princeton, Harvard law grad, a guy who does have the courage of his convictions, but refusing even a passing glance at political reality, aside from a brief line about, well, I congratulate Donald Trump, and then, quote, vote your conscience. You have offered almost an apocalyptic vision for Senator Cruz and his future possibilities in politics. You are definitely sure that tonight it cancels whatever national ambitions he may have had.
Senator Cruz may be the smartest man in any room he walks into. That's entirely possible. But the one problem with that is he is deeply aware he's the smartest guy in every room. There is no one who loves Ted Cruz more than Ted Cruz, and we saw that in his speech tonight. It's typical senatorial claptrap. And Marco Rubio was able to rise above it, but this is the reason Republicans usually don't nominate senators and usually nominate governors, because we like leaders, we don't like self-involved politicians. Cruz made a horrific mistake tonight, and when he talked about voting your conscience, he was talking about Gary Johnson, not about voting Trump. And I love Newt, and he did his best to put make lemonade out of those lemons. You're right, JD. But what he's hoping is that Trump loses narrowly in a three-way race, and he comes in 4 years and is the standard bearer of the party. And I will tell you that there is millions and millions of Republicans today who will become Democrats before they vote for Ted Cruz 4 years from now. And this is the calculation the narcissist has failed to make. And that's what's so amazing about this, is because he is that smart and he's failed to make this connection.
Well, there is one connection you made for us, and it is the specter that vote your conscience is a code term to turn around and vote for the libertarians. And of course, Gary Johnson, despite the fact he was governor of a border state, New Mexico, is an open borders guy, as is his running mate, former liberal Republican from Massachusetts, Bill Weld. And of course, you get the claptrap we're used to getting from the left about how Trump is, quote, racist, from the Libertarian nominee. But there's another dimension I heard about today, Mike, and I want your reaction to this. About a minute and a half left. We are hearing reports that Johnson is hinting that he may get the endorsement of Jeb Bush. Now, I don't know if there's any veracity to that. I do know a rather uncharitable headline in The Hill today, though it is factual. The 3 delegates Governor Bush gleaned in the voting for the nomination basically boiled down to $50 million per delegate. 30 seconds for your reaction to this possible Bush-Johnson alliance.
I hate to see any portion of the Republican Party cleave itself, but as I have observed on your show before, 2 things. First, a couple of months ago, if you are not with us by the end of the convention, a pox on your house, you are my mortal enemy and I am done with you. And number 2, a week or so ago, I observed that they're one-worlders. They're about globalism, and their allegiance is to globalism before the Republican Party. It doesn't surprise me that Bushes are going to bolt. And after watching this convention for 3 days, some great speeches tonight, Pence, and looking forward to Trump tomorrow, does anybody miss the Bushes? No. So go with God, Jeb, and have a good time. I'd be surprised if he did it, but if he does, who cares?
All right. On that note, I will say I care very much, and I thank you, Michael Patrick Flanagan. And we care, and we thank you for watching tonight. We will do this all again tomorrow night. Donald Trump with his acceptance speech. We'll see you tomorrow night. In the meantime, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.